From Indiana's news leader, this is Channel 13 Eyewitness News Sunrise.
This morning, it's all about the garbage disposal. So what foods can you put down the disposal and which ones should you avoid? And this little wrench here, this might be your new best friend. I'll explain when I come back.
All right, well, a clogged sink or a broken garbage disposal could mean calling in a professional plumber for help.
And those problems are even more common during the holidays. Treeboy is getting advice on how to prevent it from happening to all of us. Good morning, Tim.
Hey, Julie. Good morning to you as well. Yeah, the garbage disposal is kind of the Achilles heel of the kitchen. When you have helpers come in to prepare that holiday meal, that's when it gets clogged up, David Heffner, and you've seen your share of clogged disposals. And a lot of times it's not because the mechanism isn't working properly. A lot of times we'll get the clog right in here. Explain this anatomy right here to us.
Right. This horizontal line is the drain for the disposal, and what I've found is sometimes you'll have the stoppage here.
Here, or sometimes it gets down the trap. And the good news is that you can take it out.
Right.
Now, you and I are a little bit of a show-off. I have this big industrial garbage disposal at my house, and this, besides the Badger, has this little wrench. Explain, and this is upside down too, by the way, folks. What happens if there is a clog in there and it's not moving and maybe blowing a circuit breaker?
Right. Well, what'll happen is there's a reset button here that will pop, and so the first thing you need to do when the disposal jams is reset, push that button in to reset it.
Right. And this wrench right here basically takes the place of your hand. You should never put your hand down in the disposal to move it. This will move it from the bottom side. David, let's talk about foods that we find in the kitchen that we use when we may be tempted to put in our disposal. Let's start with the lowly banana right here. Is that a food that we should put down the disposal or not?
Not. And anything fibrous is not a good idea to put down the drain.
So the celery would be in that category as well.
Right.
Okay. Pastas.
In moderation, but if somebody just dumps a plate full of spaghetti like this down the drain, that can get clogged and
you're just going to find it in the trap.
Right.
And potato peels, because I'll tell you, sometimes I put a half a potato down mine. But again, mine's kind of an industrial garbage disposal. I'm very proud of it. You can tell.
Well, and in moderation with anything up here with water, you know, it should be fine. But if somebody just dumps a bunch of potato peels, that can plug up.
So it is moderation again.
Right.
And then the carrot itself.
And carrot peels as well, and those will get chewed up, and they can clog the drain.
Now, I always use cold water.
Right.
It doesn't matter what I'm putting down my disposal, and as much pressure as I can possibly put in there. Is that a good idea?
Cold water is what you always want to use. You never want to use hot water when you're running the disposal.
Coffee grounds.
Well, and I've heard different things, but I do coffee grounds every morning, and I never have a problem.
All right.
So.
Well, if you don't have a problem, then I don't have a problem. Of course, we got this great big, this 100 horsepower garbage disposal. What's wrong with us? Okay, so there's the good news, folks. If you're just, it'll take just about anything you put in there, but you want to make sure that it's small amounts. Use cold water. Don't overload that garbage disposal. And for goodness sakes, if it is clogged up, check the drain first, and do not put your hand in the garbage disposal. And be careful where that switch is. I confuse mine with the light over the sink all the time. Back to you guys.
All kinds of advice this morning, Tim. Thank you.
Okay.
In college football, a close one at Central Michigan last night.